You might have to have some people in your life that you only talk to ever so often, even though you wish you could talk to them all the time. People that you love from a distance, even though you wish you could give them all your love. People that you only deal with on special occasions or under certain circumstances because them being a part of your daily life is just too much. I'm starting to understand that's what life is being able to prioritize and manage your relationships that you have with people and being able to understand where they stand in your life. And one of the hardest things that you ever have to do as a human being is to let go of the people you love. I think one of the most frustrating things in the world is trying to find is one of the most frustrating thing in the world is, first of all, knowing what you want to say but trying to find the perfect way to say it. Like trying to find the words that perfectly fit what it is that you're feeling. And then once you finally are bold enough or courageous enough, or you finally have enough clarity in your mind to say what you're trying to say to that person, but they just don't get it. It's like that just depletes you. It's like, man, you don't even know how much courage it took me to try to explain my feelings to you and to be vulnerable to you and to put into words what I'm feeling, and you don't even understand. And the worst part is when it feels like they're not even trying to understand because they're so hell bent on seeing things the way they want to see things and being able to only focus on their point of view where they never even try to step outside of themselves to see where you're coming from, Or maybe what I'm learning about life is that depending on how that person was raised, depending on what that person saw, depending on what that person experienced, depending on the traumas this person has been through, depending on what was instilled into this person, those things may be so deep within them, so ingrained in them that they'll never understand what you're trying to say. They'll never truly grasp the significance of what you were trying to explain to them. They're too stuck in their ways. It's burned in their brain. You know what I mean? And nothing but God Himself can change the way they look at life, the way they look at things, the way they look at that situation, the way they view things, right? And you will drive yourself literally insane trying to convince people to understand where you're coming from, to feel what you feel, to see what you see, to be able to reason the way that you reason with things. Some people won't get that. And one of the hardest things you may ever have to do is to be okay with and to understand that you may not always be understood. That one of the main reasons that you may have to leave the people behind that you really love is not because they didn't grow with you, but maybe because they didn't understand you. That's hard too. Because we talk about that a lot, right? We talk about how you might have to leave behind people that don't want to grow, that don't want to be better, that don't want to change. That's true. But what about the person that just doesn't understand where you're coming from? What about the person that doesn't respect your point of view? The person that just can't seem to grasp what you're telling them? What about that person? Like you're trying to drill it into their head because you love them. You're like, bro, I love you so much. I just wish that you would get it. I just wish that it would click. I just wish that you understand. I just wish that we could be on the same page for once. But we can't. That's a hard situation to leave too. because you hope in the back of your mind that one day they'll get it. That one day it'll start to make sense. That one day it'll click for them. What you've been trying to say all along. But the sad truth is that for some people, it never will. And you don't want to accept that, I know, but you might have to. That might have to be one of those people that you just love from a distance. You might have to have some people in your life that you only talk to ever so often, even though you wish you could talk to them all the time. People that you love from a distance, even though you wish you could give them all your love. People that you only deal with on special occasions or under certain circumstances because them being a part of your daily life is just too much. I'm starting to understand that's what life is being able to prioritize and manage your relationships that you have with people and being able to understand where they stand in your life. And one of the hardest things that you ever have to do as a human being is to let go of the people you love. It's to distance yourself from the people that you love. Because you never wanted to do that. But you don't see the effect it's having on you holding on to those people. They just don't understand you, my friend. They just don't understand where you're coming from. They don't understand your point of view. They don't try to understand you. Instead, they just judge you. Instead, they just pretend to understand when they don't. And I guess the real question is, when you realize that finally, are you okay with letting them go? Or are you gonna keep making space in your life for people that just don't belong there anymore? And then you wonder why we feel so crowded and why um, life feels like too much sometimes. Because just like we have to simplify all the other areas of our life, sometimes we got to simplify the people too. Just something to think about. Everybody won't understand you, man. Love.
Hey, what's up? This is Will Z Tidwell with SpeakUPZee. And I just want to take a quick second just to thank you for tuning in to this latest episode of SpeakUPZee the podcast. And my only goal with this platform is to motivate you, inspire you, and educate you around all things life, business, and mental health, whether it's myself or me bringing on a special guest. So I just want to thank you guys for tuning in. We don't ask for any type of monetary gains or anything like that. The best thing you could do for us is just like and subscribe to the channel. Until next week, we'll see y'all later. Peace.